Hello, welcome from the sports desk. PSG will battle Bayern Munich for European supremacy in tonight's UEFA Champions League final. As always, we're joined by eNCA sports producer Sandile Mchunu to preview this eagerly awaited clash. Sandile, welcome. Now, before we go to the numbers, many people have said that these two teams this season are the ideal candidates to put their hands on this much vaunted trophy. Your thoughts on these two teams and what they bring to the table?
I agree, Jeff, because we will see when we discuss facts and stats in terms of these teams that are playing. Paris Saint-Germain as well as Bayern Munich. Though these are two teams that have been very, very consistent. 9 o'clock kickoff time, Lisbon, it's all set. But unfortunately, this is going to be the first European final or UEFA Champions League final without spectators behind the closed doors. But they've been very, very consistent. And I wouldn't argue with someone if he says these two teams, they deserve to be where they are because they've been consistent compared to other clubs that have been partaking in this season's competition.
Everyone that I've spoken to has said to me, no, but it's going to be a doddle for Bayern. They obviously have the pedigree and that kind of thing. But let's look at some of those previous encounters against this very French team.
Yes, Jeff, perhaps maybe if we move and check first, the facts going into this final before we look at the head-to-head between the two clubs. As you can see, PSG are attempting to be the 23rd different side to win either the European Cup and or the UEFA Champions League, because as we all know, before 1992 it was called the European Cup. So if they win it, it will be for the first time. They are in their first ever cup final. Whereas on the other side, the Bavarians, it's for the sixth time if they do win it. So they've appeared in 10 different finals and they've lost 5 and winning 5, which means their record is not that superior. It's 50% the win ratio whenever they get into the final. They won the first 3 finals that they appeared in the 70s, and also they've lost after that. You might recall that famous final that they lost in Barcelona in 1999 when they were playing Manchester United. They were leading for a very, very long time, and they ended up throwing that game away. So you can see the stats. Flick's side have won all their matches. Ever since he took charge, he has lost only twice. So in the Champions League, they've won all their matches, and PSG, they failed to score in only 1 of their 39 matches so far in all competitions. So for Bayern and PSG, the numbers are staggering.
Now let's just look at PSG. They clearly have some wonderful players amongst their ranks. The players that stand out for you looking towards this clash tonight?
I think there are quite a number of players in different teams. If we move to that slide of the players, the key players, we'll come back perhaps maybe to the head-to-head. As you can see, they faced off maybe before we discuss the players 8 times, Jeff. And in all encounters, they've come in group stages. They are playing for the first time ever in a knockout stage. So all those 8 previous encounters, Bayern have won only 3. It's surprising because PSG have won 5. And dating back to 1994, when George Weah scored in a 2-0 win over Bayern. So it dates back to 1994 up until 2017, the recent encounter. PSG won that. In fact, Bayern won that encounter 3-1. They were playing at home. But now we can discuss the players. You asked me about the players. Both teams have quality players. Maybe we can discuss PSG first.
They have PSG first.
Yes, they have
everybody knows Neymar, but you've decided to focus on another one of their stars.
Yes, that star player is Kylian Mbappe, simply because he has won the World Cup. Neymar failed to deliver the World Cup for Brazil. We all know that he got injured before the semi-final against Colombia. He got injured in the quarter-final against Colombia before the semi-final against Germany in 2014 at home. So he didn't play. But they have quite a number of star players. You can mention a lot of players, a galaxy of stars when you talk PSG. But I want to focus on this man. He is the main man. Quarter-final match against against Atalanta, their backs were against the wall, PSG there is. And then all of a sudden he came on 30 minutes before the end of the match because he was injured in prior matches. He was doubtful because he got injured in the French Cup final. When Thomas Tuchel introduced him, he changed the complexion of the game and they ended up winning 2-1. So you can see the stats. He won the domestic treble in his first year with PSG after joining them from AS Monaco back in 2017. So that's why I chose him.
Quickly, before I press you for a prediction, let's look at Bayern star man, Robert Lewandowski, and his numbers.
15 goals. So he's chasing 17 goals. It's a record in terms of the Champions League, held by none other than yours truly, Cristiano Ronaldo. So, and then right now, Lewandowski, if you see his numbers, staggering, over 160 goals since joining the Bavarians from Borussia Dortmund. And he lost against his current employers in 2013. So this is his second appearance in the final. Hopefully this time for him and his teammates, they are going to make amends and win this trophy, because nobody deserves it more than him, because he has been very, very consistent, only losing the golden shoe in terms of Europe to Ciro Immobile of SS Lazio.
Sandile, you've given the fans so much food for thought regarding looking ahead to this game. Now, the all-important question. With all of that said, who is going to win this match tonight? Why?
They are not overwhelming anymore, Bayern. If I am PSG, watching them playing the semi-final match, I mean, if Lyon were clinical, they would have scored, and perhaps maybe the game would have gone to extra time, and who knows what might have happened in extra time. So I'm going to give it to them, but not overwhelming. I think the score would be 2-1. We're not going to see a high-scoring game, simply because PSG they are holding a defensive record. They have defended very, very well. They've been very, very strict at the back. So that's why I'm giving it to Bayern by only 2-1 or 1-0, but I see goals.
There you have it. That was our sports producer, Sandile Mchunu. He's giving you all the thoughts on what's going to happen tonight between Bayern Munich and PSG. It's going to be fascinating. More of the sport.